Welcome to this lecture on control deficiencies and remediation plans. In this session, we'll explore how organizations identify, evaluate, and correct weaknesses in their internal control systems to maintain reliability, compliance, and operational excellence. Even the best designed internal control systems are not immune to deficiencies. Errors, process breakdowns, or oversight can cause controls to fail. Recognizing and addressing these deficiencies promptly is essential to sustaining a strong control environment. Let's start with the definition of a control deficiency. A control deficiency exists when a control does not prevent or detect errors or irregularities on a timely basis. In other words, the control either isn't designed properly or isn't operating effectively. Control deficiencies are typically identified through internal audits, external audits, self-assessments, or continuous monitoring. Once discovered, they must be evaluated to determine their severity and potential impact on the organization. The Committee of Sponsoring Organizations and the Sarbanes-Oxley Act (SOX) framework classify control deficiencies into three main categories. Control deficiency, a minor weakness that does not significantly impact the organization's ability to achieve objectives. These are usually isolated issues or procedural oversights. 2. Significant deficiency, a deficiency or combination of deficiencies that could adversely affect internal control effectiveness. These issues warrant attention from senior management and the audit committee, but are not severe enough to be considered material. 3. Material weakness, the most serious type of deficiency. A material weakness indicates a reasonable possibility that a material misstatement in financial reporting will not be prevented or detected. Material weaknesses must be disclosed publicly under SOX regulations for listed companies. Evaluating a deficiency involves analyzing both likelihood and magnitude, how probable the issue is to occur, and how significant its impact could be. For example, a missing approval on a small routine transaction may be low risk, while inadequate system access controls could have a major financial or reputational impact. Once deficiencies are identified, organizations must take corrective action through a structured remediation plan. A remediation plan is a roadmap for fixing identified weaknesses and strengthening the control environment. Step 1. Root cause analysis. Determine why the deficiency occurred. Was it due to poor design, lack of training, system errors, or non-compliance? Understanding the root cause ensures that corrective actions address the underlying issue rather than the symptoms. Step 2. Develop corrective actions. Design practical, risk-based solutions. For example, if a reconciliation control fails due to manual errors, automation may be introduced to reduce human involvement. If approvals are frequently missed, the workflow may be restructured to enforce mandatory sign-offs. Step 3. Assign ownership and timeline. Accountability is critical. Each remediation action should have a clearly assigned owner, completion date, and measurable milestones. Management oversight ensures timely progress. Step 4. Implement and document changes. Execute corrective actions and document every step. Documentation should include updated policies, procedures, and evidence that the new controls are in place and functioning. Step 5. Validate effectiveness. After implementation, test the new controls to confirm they are working as intended. Internal audit or compliance teams often perform follow-up testing to verify closure. Step 6. Continuous monitoring. Even after remediation, controls should be monitored regularly. This ensures improvements remain effective over time and adapt to changes in business processes or risks. Let's look at a practical example. During an internal audit, a company discovers that user access reviews for financial systems are not performed regularly. This creates a risk of unauthorized access. The remediation plan includes automating quarterly access reviews, implementing manager certifications, and enhancing IT audit trails. After 6 months, the follow-up audit confirms that reviews are occurring consistently and no unauthorized access has occurred. This demonstrates effective remediation. Effective communication is also key during remediation. Management should report significant deficiencies and material weaknesses to the audit committee promptly, along with detailed remediation progress updates. Transparency fosters accountability and builds stakeholder confidence. Technology can support remediation efforts through governance, risk, and compliance (GRC) systems. These platforms track deficiencies, assign actions, and generate real-time progress reports. Automation reduces administrative workload and ensures no issues fall through the cracks. It's important to remember that remediation is not a one-time activity. Organizations should treat it as part of a broader culture of continuous improvement. Each identified deficiency offers an opportunity to learn, strengthen processes, and enhance control maturity. To summarize, control deficiencies are inevitable, but their impact can be minimized through timely detection, structured remediation, and ongoing monitoring. By identifying root causes, implementing targeted corrective actions, and validating results, organizations not only restore compliance, but also build resilience and trust. In our next lecture, we'll explore continuous improvement in internal control, where we'll learn how organizations evolve their control environments proactively to stay ahead of emerging risks and changing business needs. Thank you for joining me in this session on control deficiencies and remediation plans.